How's it going, guys? Rhino here, and I want to start off this video by apologizing that my last few videos that are in this style where I have my webcam and then the something off to the side that I'm talking about, they haven't gone super well because I have been messing with a noise gate to make it so when I'm not talking, it's silent because there is background noise that I really can't deal with. And I don't want to have to extract the audio on something like this because then I basically have to save the video, split the audio, re-render the video, and then upload it, and it would just be a lot of extra work. When this is more of just a rant type video where I'm not trying to have super high quality video. I'm not trying to, really grasp you guys on like the best video ever. It's just something where I want to talk about something person to person. No edits, no cuts. This is my own thoughts, my own reasoning, everything going on inside my head, and that way you guys can too down in the comments. I'm not just filtering to the best parts of what I say. It's literally everything I say in the video. I don't cut anything out in this format of video, at least. So I'm still messing with the noise gate, and I just ask that you be patient. It will get better, and so it'll pick up at the right volume and close at the right volume. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. So basically I sent out a video talking about this whole kneeling for the national anthem. And in the video, I simply said, I think it should be up to the owners of the teams. If the team wants to fire them, fire them, or release them. If the team doesn't, don't. Plain and simple. And then I stated that if I personally were a part of that, or if I were a team owner, I would put a stipulation in the contract saying that they can't make comments like that. They can't do public protests while they're working, while they're on the field, while they're on social media, anything like that, something that could represent the team. And I basically got a response from someone, Frank Murphy here. Intelligent guy, by the way. This is not one of those guys who literally just is intellectually dishonest about everything. Honest guy. So I like that about him, but he is still incorrect. So he basically responded to my video by saying, a bit self-contradicting, don't you think? A person who uses free speech calling for others to be punished for exercising their rights. And I responded, never said they don't have the right to kneel. Freedom of speech does not extend to the workplace while in the field they are working. So he said, wrong, freedom extends to the workplace if your employer allows it, which they do. So I wanted to elaborate more on this. What I mean by freedom of speech does not extend to the workplace. Freedom of speech by nature does not extend to the workplace. Freedom of speech is protecting your legal rights to say something. You legally have the right to go up to, or to just go out to the street and yell the N-word, for example. You have the right to do that. You do that, you're not going to get arrested. You might get assaulted, you might get killed, and that person might get arrested, but you won't. That's your freedom of speech. As long as you stay within the confines of freedom of speech, which, is basically like no call to actions, no physical threats, stuff like that. You stay within the confines of freedom of speech, then you won't be legally sought after anything that you say that stays in those confines. Freedom of speech ends as soon as your workday begins, in terms of working for the company, because a company can fire you, typically has to fire you for cause. But a cause can be you said something offensive, or you said something that the company didn't want representing the company, for example. Now, every employer is different. This is why you don't see very often grade school teachers proselytizing to kids about political views, left and right, and shit like that. You don't see that very often because it's not allowed. That teacher would most likely be fired or at least reprimanded. In my job, as an accountant for a large company, I have things that I can't say. I have things that I'm sworn to secrecy about because of a contract that I signed with the company, which that does limit my freedom of speech because they're able to legally come after me if I were to tell you guys something that I'm not allowed to. But there is stuff that doesn't fall in under those confines that they're not able to legally seek action after me, but that I still can get fired for. Like if I were to stand up and say the N-word in the workplace. There were multiple black workers where I worked, including one in our department, who I guarantee would get offended if I did that. I absolutely would get fired. But that's not an issue with freedom of speech. Freedom of speech stops as soon as work begins. And they can continue on Twitter, like social media, for example. So if I were to come on YouTube and say the N-word, the company can still fire me. They can't take me to court, though. That's what freedom of speech is talking about, and that's what I'm referring to. Now, when it comes to this issue, what I was specifically stating is that, and I said it in the video, I personally believe it's entirely up to the NFL owner themselves. I do not believe the NFL itself should have a say in the issue, pro or against. I do not believe they should have any say in the issue. They should leave it up to each team. And personally, I feel bad for the NFL because the NFL is getting boycotted from both sides, no matter what the fuck they do. And it's really, they should be boycotting each individual team because the team should decide if they want to release that player or not. And personally, I'd say they should have it in their contract if they're able to or not. And if a team wants to fire someone for taking a knee during the national anthem, go for it. If they don't, go for it. That's your call. Personally, I think they should because of what they are doing, what they're representing. But that's just my personal opinion. My opinion differs from a fuck ton of other people. And it's up to the owners to decide that. And if the owner wants to pass that judgment along to maybe a board or, have a meeting about it or something, then fine, do that too. That's what I was saying. I was not specifically saying that all NFL players, as soon as they take a knee, should automatically be fired. I'd say they are disrespecting the flag. They're disrespecting our country. They're disrespecting the men and women who fight for that flag and put their lives on the line or have already sacrificed their lives for that flag and for our country. But that doesn't mean that the owner should automatically fire them if they don't want to. Now, personally, I don't think taking a knee should be so disrespectful. If you think about it this way, and I could be wrong. There could be a significance to taking a knee, but to me, taking a knee is actually still a sign of respect. Because you think about it, during a baseball game, during a football game, during a basketball game, watch an injury. Watch someone get seriously injured and have to be taken off the field. Not just like, oh, my arm hurts or something. Like actually taken off the field. Watch what the other players do. They take a knee to show a sign of respect towards the player who got injured. Kind of, we feel for you. Both players on both teams. One of the best examples of this was Giancarlo Stanton when he got hit in the face. He got hit in the face with like a 95 or 98 mile an hour fastball that fucked up his face really badly. And the other players all took a knee, and I saw that as a sign of respect. Now I know that today's leftists are doing it as a sign of disrespect intentionally for the flag. But I think that we should try to change that exact issue into we should talk about it. Discuss, should taking a knee be seen as disrespect? And then also I wanted to talk about, I kind of mentioned it, but with the NFL, don't boycott the NFL. Either side. I don't care. The NFL is not responsible. The NFL is actually a nonprofit organization, which is a very well-known fact. And they're now being attacked from both sides. They're losing viewers from both sides, across the board. And it sucks. But you can absolutely boycott the specific team. If a specific team cuts a player because they took a knee and you don't like that, I absolutely say boycott that team because it's your personal opinion and you should stand behind your personal opinions. But same for the other side as well. And I feel like that's a lot more justified, and that's a lot more dealing with the right people. So yeah. I kind of this was a shorter video than a lot of my rants, but I just wanted to kind of explain that and give you my take on this take a knee situation. I want to know you guys' thoughts though, so please comment down below your personal opinions on any part of this, whether you think I'm right, wrong, or you just want to interject something, feel free. As long as you're not clearly trolling, then it's welcome. And Frank Murphy, I want to say that I've been taking a look at your tweets, and you are an intelligent guy. I disagree with you on some things, but I'm not saying you're not intellectually dishonest and you're not stupid. You just happen to be incorrect about these things or about certain things. You're absolutely right. The tweet about the freedom of speech extends to the workplace if your employer allows it. You're 100% right there. You're not incorrect about that, but you were just kind of missing the point of what I was saying in my original video and why I, kind of stayed that way. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and as always, have a nice day. Peace.